I don't talk on camera.
All right,
You do.
I'll ask you questions then.
Okay.
So how many did you use starts or did you use seeds this year?
I made my own starts with seeds.
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I made all my own. I had about 350 starts.
350
In
starts?
the house.
In the
Because
house.
we don't have a greenhouse. I grew them because we have a short growing season here. It's like 90 days.
90 days.
Mm-hmm.
What zone are we in?
Zone, actually USDA zone says it's zone 6, but we're not zone 6. It's zone 4.
Zone 4.
Yeah, so you can't get anything other, where I came from is zone 9. So it's a little different. But yeah, I started my garden and I bought a couple starts, just other things just for succession planting, just so I didn't have to grow anymore in the house because I'm kind of done growing in the house. Hopefully next year we'll have a greenhouse. But you want me to show you what I got?
Yeah, let's see what you got.
All right, well these have to go in today. These are kind of looking really sad because they need to really be put into the ground.
What do we got here? What are some of the things?
I got pickling cucumber. Okay, I'll just say I got some pickling cucumbers, some Dixie Queen watermelon, which I heard is probably not going to be able to grow here
Why not?
because it takes usually 120 days to fruit, and even if I grew them in the house, it takes 14 days away when you grow them in the house. It will take 14 days away as like trying to grow it.
So 14-day head start.
Yeah, head start, but it's still not going to give it enough time to fruit. So I'm going to put them in just because I planted them and see what happens. But I did find out that we have Crimson Sweet and Sugar Babies here that we can grow because those are 72 to 80 days.
Those are both watermelons.
Those are both watermelons, and they also have an early cantaloupe here. So I'm going to try those this year. I bought them from the place up the street. I bought some starch just to see because I didn't know. So I'm still trying to learn what early varieties are. So
Here it is, the end of May, and it feels like a fall morning out today, huh? Yeah.
Beautiful, I love it.
Yeah.
I can tell you some of the things I have. These are spaghetti squash. Spaghetti squash, early butternut squash. I got crooknut squash. I got table ace acorn squash. Black beauty zucchinis. I got cotton candy pumpkins. Jarandale pumpkins, which are like teal pumpkins. The cotton candy pumpkins are kind of like a whitish, pinkish. And then I got
Those for eating or for decoration?
They're for decoration, but also you can eat them.
Yeah.
The Jarandales are sweet.
Yeah.
But I also have
Also be good pig food, huh?
But I actually grow extra vegetables for the animals, and I grow the pumpkins so I can help with a little bit of the parasite load.
What do we have going on in this bathtub here?
Guy down the street, and the little gentleman. He's my garden buddy.
Yeah, one of our neighbors.
Yeah, he's my garden buddy. His name's Clyde, and my friend Jeremy, gave me this cast iron bathtub. So, which is awesome because I love it. It's an old cast iron bathtub. So I ended up making it like a strawberry bed. And Clyde gave me all the starts. He had these strawberries like all over the place. They just like grew crazy. And so I was able to pull them out. And I planted them yesterday, so they look a little sad right now. But I put my grandfather's...
Is that one of those faux water pumps that you get on Amazon?
No, this is actually... actually, it probably came home.
Came home, huh?
It was actually my grandfather's, probably my great-grandfather's as well.
Yeah.
It came from Montana. And so it actually has come home. I've lugged it around for years now. My mom gave it to me. Yeah. And we put it in here, and I planted a ton of strawberries. These strawberries will grow like to the ground and start taking root on the ground. They'll be like all over the place. It's crazy. And then Clyde gave me a couple tires. So we thought, well, we're just going to go redneck with this. So I put, and he gave me these, which are chives. Onions. I'm a very big companion planter. Everything that I plant has to have a purpose on the farm and in my life and planting in the ground. So onions grow really well with strawberries. They actually increase the flavor of strawberries. And marigolds are good for parasite load. The reason it looks all white right now is because we used the dirt from the property, and I had some well composted manure from our friend Jeremy, horse manure that's been there for about a year or two, and it has a little bit of ants in it. So I used some diatomaceous earth because we're very much into organic gardening and our animals and everything organic because God knows what you get in the store nowadays. So I put some of that on there. It should kill some of the bad insects and kill the ants.
You didn't use Roundup?
No, I have non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. I don't think I'm using Roundup. This is going to be more strawberries that he gave me. This is a different variety. Quintot. I think they're called Quintot strawberries down there. And these are a different variety as well.
Let's see what you
Come
got.
with me. I'll take you
Let's
over
see what
here.
you got
First,
going
let's
on.
start over
Yeah,
here.
okay.
The plants. But
And the hardware cloth is to keep the mutts out.
yeah, these are all just native plants that I found. I don't like to plant annuals. I like perennials because I don't want to have to pay for the money to keep planting them every year. So these have come back from last year, actually. I planted the bulbs. In here yesterday, I actually planted some purple kale, and I have lettuce growing in here. These are beets. Whoops, beets. Whoops, keeps grabbing me. In here I have some carrots coming up now because it's carrot time. So I put some nice root vegetable time, some carrots. I'll show you one of these, which these are all my radishes, which are, I'm very impressed. I'll show you a radish if I can find one that's I can pull. Well, that's not very big, but the one I pulled yesterday was huge.
Delicious.
Huh?
It was delicious.
Yeah, yesterday I pulled a sparkler radish. I believe this is a cherry bell. But my radish yesterday was like that. It was really good. And I have watermelon radishes, cherry radishes, and sparkler radishes in here. The best thing about gardening is that you can actually take it, rinse it off, and watch. It's good. Take it, rinse it off, and just eat it straight from the garden. And that's what we do. I do a lot when I'm in the garden. I actually will just rinse some stuff off and pop it right in my mouth. You want some?
Sure, of course, yeah.
I'm gonna put that down there.
And we have water that you can actually drink out of a hose.
It's got a good kick to it. And the cool thing is we've got chickens, so we just toss them to the chickens. And I'll get to that
Delicious.
in a minute.
I love radishes.
I love radishes. I
So
got
good.
so many of them. So I got some more. This is kale in here. These are some onions. This is just very minute part of my garden that I started first. I got some nice, I also plant a lot of nasturtiums in here because it helps with the parasite load. I wish this wasn't here, I hate it. This is a kale, some onions. And then here, I got the first garden that I planted. Here's a bunch of my lettuce coming up. Right here, my lettuce. Some of my strawberries. These are beautiful strawberries. Look at these. These are like, I don't even remember what kind these are, but look at how pretty these are. Normally you see strawberry that has like a white top, like a white flower, like this. But these ones, I gotta figure out what kind these are. But I also have the white alpine strawberries too. This is all lettuce. These are some green onions coming up, and these are sugar snap peas. But I'm gonna actually succession plant these again because they're coming up so well. But they need to start grabbing.
What does that mean, succession planting?
I usually plant every 2 to 3 weeks. I plant a new crop just so we have it throughout as long as I can plant.
That way it's not all harvested at once.
Yes, it's not all harvested once. This rosemary does not grow here.
Didn't last the winter.
Oh yeah, I didn't make it to the winter.
All right, gonna check out the big garden.
My bad boy. I've always dreamed of having a huge garden. My man has obviously made it come true again. I wanted
The man is worn out.
Oh, let me get this to place. I wanted a garden that I still have a lot more to do here. I wanted a garden that was in the center, and then I had, that's my babies. I don't know if they'll eat those. They might. They're very bougie pigs. Those ones are. The chickens love them though. That's Waddles. That's Cora's mini pig, and then that's Charlotte.
I'm sure I've videoed them before.
They're full grown at 3 years old, 2 or 3.
Yeah, so those are as big as they'll get, the Juliana pigs.
They're like 16
True
to 18.
mini pigs.
Yeah, 16 inches tall.
Yep.
Yeah, so.
They're about a year old, almost.
Yeah. They run around the yard with the dogs actually. With the grass. Get the dog food. So, I wanted a garden that had all the chickens and the ducks and my silkies because I love silkies. There's my baby right there. He's trying to get
Fluffy
some.
about the rooster.
Fluffy!
The gangster of love.
Hi, baby! The gangster of love.
He sneaks up on the hens, gets a little before the other big roosters scare him off.
Yeah. Here comes
Should
Romeo.
have named him Steve Miller.
Hi, Romeo. That's Romeo back there.
Those are the two.
And then that's
head
Sid.
honchos.
Sid
That's
Vicious.
Sid Vicious. He's kind of the.
He is the
main
vicious. He's
leader.
the heavy.
Yeah.
And then we got some Polish in here. We just like a mixed flock. I just love chickens.
A little bit of everything in here. We have a fence up to keep them out of the main part of the garden.
Yeah, so this, my husband made this for me. I'm so excited. So this is going to be the chicken area, the chicken run.
That's
so
all of our different chicken coops, yeah.
I wanted the chickens and the ducks around my garden because I just enjoy them so much that I like to have them around me.
Yeah, so when she weeds or takes anything out, like she just took out that radish and gave them the leaves to the pigs, she can throw stuff over here to the chickens. Then the chickens provide the compost that is in there. So like Justin Rhodes always says, the garden feeds the chickens and the chickens feed the garden.
That's right. Things are still a little messy right now.
Yeah, I'm still working on the fences. That I got to fix that bottom, yeah.
Yeah,
The
so
support.
I'm so excited because he made this out of all the wood from our property.
So those are trees I cut down on the property and made the gates and stuff,
And
yeah.
again, it's a work in progress. It's not done yet. Just
Yeah,
good
a lot more to do.
I'm just doing the designing phases and the planting phases right now.
Yep. And luckily we have, like all this is going to be wood chips. Luckily we have, where we live, there's a lot of lumber mills. Not a lot, but there's like 2 or 3 up in our area, which is a lot more than most people. Probably most people watching this video don't have lumber mills around them.
Right.
So we can take any size truck, dumpster, however big you want. You can bring it up to the lumber mills for like
30
20 or 30 bucks, maybe 40 bucks. I've heard different prices. They'll fill it as much as you want. As many as you can carry, they'll fill it for like 30 bucks.
Yeah, so everywhere you see the dark is going to be wood chips. We just have to bring some more logs in to keep the wood chips inside. So that's where my amazing husband is working. He's been peeling them for me. Right here, so I planted this about a month ago, or less than a month ago. These are my potatoes. My potatoes coming in here. This is my potato bed. These are just herbs, some herbs I have. These are a mixture of onions, lettuce, and some cauliflower and broccoli coming in. This whole thing right here, I just planted this 2 days ago, so they look a little sad because potatoes do not do good with frost. So these are all sweet potatoes. These are going to be sweet potatoes, and then, but the white sweet potatoes. And the 4 mounds over there,
It's my favorite.
his favorite, I planted for my baby. And then those 4 over there are going to be my Okinawa purple sweet potatoes. But we'll see if they grow.
Those will be interesting.
Yeah, we'll see if they grow. The thing with potatoes is you really should, it's hard to plant you can't plant anything in it the year after, really, because it does something to the soil. But I'm thinking about after I start growing these, I'm thinking about putting some wood chips on here and getting some wine cap spawn spores and putting them on top, and hopefully growing some mushrooms in with the potatoes. I got to research that and see how that goes, but yeah. Over here in the corners, my goal is to put a bunch of herbs. This is echinacea. This is I think this is a sage. I think it's a sage, but it's a different kind of a perennial. Again, I only plant perennials that will come back. So the echinacea coneflower, thyme. My goal is to get these very big so they poke through the fence and the chickens can have a little bit of the herbs because it's good for them and their immune system. Right now they've been eating through the fence.
Yeah, they've been sticking their necks all the way through, their heads through.
I got to put something in there because I don't want them to root them up. I want to get them tall enough so that they can eat the tops and then leave the roots in there.
We'll probably do some hardware cloth or some chicken wire on the outside, and then when we're ready to let them eat, we'll remove it, and they'll be able to eat some of it, but not all of it.
Yeah, I have a lot of mint out here as well, but I plant my mint individually, and I don't mix my mints up because mints will spread and like go crazy and go everywhere. So this is a lavender mint. This right here is a artichoke coming up. I have 4 just bought 2 more, just a succession. And then this right here is a mint strawberry.
A mint strawberry or a strawberry mint?
It says mint strawberry. I bought those. I didn't read.
Is it mint or is it fruit?
Yeah. This one's an apple
It's
mint,
fruit,
which
so
will
it's a strawberry, supposedly a strawberry flavored mint.
and it does taste like it. It
It
smells
does,
like
yeah.
it too when you rub
There's
it.
chocolate mint. There's different kinds, right?
This is an apple mint, which goes really
Apple
good
mint.
with our pork.
Yeah, that'll be good with the pork.
And the lamb.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and then I got over here. This is my my chocolate mint. These are all onions, wall onions, red onions, Texas sweet onions in here. So
Oh, I can smell that chocolate mint when you just rubbed it.
Huh?
You just rubbed the chocolate mint, I
Yeah.
can smell it.
You smell it. Yeah, that's what it smells.
Yeah.
It smells good. So yeah, and then this one right here is just a regular old spearmint. That is a Thai basil, sage. Garden sage.
You gotta make some pho or pho?
Yeah, I love to. Some oregano and another artichoke. So this is, we were gonna do garden beds. Don't step on my sunflowers. So if you look, there's a whole row, it goes all the way back. These are called Paradovic sunflowers. I researched. They are actually the black oil sunflower seed sunflowers. And what I do again in my garden is I always grow extra vegetables and extra stuff so we can feed them to the chickens, because the chickens eat those in their scratch. So when they end up coming about 6 or 7 feet tall and they dry out, I will take the sunflower seeds, so we don't have to buy them, because black oil sunflower seeds are not like super cheap. I mean, if you looked at them by yourself and had to just buy them, you'd think they were cheap. But when you're buying them for animals and goats and
Buying like
everything
50
else,
pounds at a time.
50 pounds at a
adds
time, it
up,
gets
yeah.
expensive. So I just thought, well, I'll just grow Paradovic sunflowers. So that's what I have here, and I have another line right over there where my corn is, but we'll get to that one. So this is romaine, head lettuce. This is head lettuce. This is romaine. In between all of this, these are my radishes. This will be my, these are my short sweet carrots. These is gonna be white Lisbon onions. This will be Danvers carrots, chives, radishes, straight 8 cucumbers I planted 3 days ago. Oh, this is nasturtiums, because nasturtiums really good in a garden, and they're beautiful. And actually nasturtiums are also edible. Am I talking too fast?
No,
Because yours go forever. I'm trying to shorten it up.
trying to fit it all in. That was good.
And I planted some
And
marigolds.
nasturtiums, is that a plant? A vegetable?
It's a flower, and
Flower.
It's actually an annual, but I plant them by seed.
So it's an edible flower?
Yes, and actually they look really pretty on plates, and they're edible flowers. They have like a really peppery flavor.
Yeah, I remember tasting one last year.
You remember I let you taste it?
Yeah.
And you're like, you can eat this? And I was like, yeah, check it out. Straight 8 cucumbers. This is going to be my pickle bushes in here. My double yield. I like, and my whole family
You grow dill pickles?
I don't grow dill pickles. I grow pickles, but I also jar my pickles. So I will make...
So they're a specific type of cucumber for pickles?
Yeah, I have actually national pickling. I have a national pickling cucumber that I have. And I have a couple other pickles that I do. You have Boston, pickle bush, different kinds, but they're just specifically to jar pickles. But I heard from Clyde that once a year, the store up the street, which I've never heard of any store doing this, they'll sell like a big, huge thing, because you're not going to grow enough cucumbers to pickle enough pickles for the year. But they sell like a flat of like pickles for like $20, he says. And so my garden buddy down the street, him and I are going to pickle pickles.
So there's a lot of homesteaders up in our area. I mean, there's very few people that don't have a garden or don't have livestock, or at least chickens. So, it's completely understandable that the grocery stores in the area do things like that, because it's so prominent up here,
they'll
so
sell
popular.
flats of carrots or flats of like peppers, like at the end of the year, like when things are starting to go out of season, I guess. So anyways, that's that. We were going to do, watch my sunflower. I have to do a big black thing here just so everybody knows what's going on. But again, we're still in the process. I know where everything is. And the kids barely come in here, so they're not going to know. My husband built these for me.
So these are the planter boxes I built. Our friend gave us the metal siding from his shop that he redid. So they're 13 feet long by about 2 feet or so wide. And then I also bought some cedar posts off of them. So I put the cedar posts into the ground, and then we screwed the metal siding into the cedar posts.
And it's just a matter of trying to fill them with dirt, and fill dirt is not the cheapest thing, because these are very deep beds. So
yeah, they're big.
Huh?
It's about 2.5 cubic yards.
Yeah,
dirt
but
for each
we're
one.
actually building how many more? 5 more?
I think 4 more, 7 total we'll have.
Yeah, that's where the wood is, but not right now. I decided I'm starting to put everything in the ground because can't wait that long.
Can't do it all in 1 year. Can't do it all in 1 year.
But watch my sunflowers. So this is going to be a trench right here. I'm going to be planting some stuff today. These are all my paradomics. These I have to separate, but these are coming in right now. These are my bush peas. They're starting to come in. I got to separate them. I got to pull them when they get a little taller and like put them where they need to.
We got a stowaway in here. We got a break in.
Aww.
It's one of our magpie ducks. We used deer netting around the fence because it was so cheap, but it's not holding up that well. So we're gonna replace the deer netting with welded wire fencing. So eventually it'll be welded wire. But the deer netting was good for just a quick fix to start. Ducks are scared to death. That's it. They don't like us touching them.
So, yeah, right here we plan on putting right here is going to be a big deck.
Yeah, like a patio area.
With the trees from our property, we're going to build like a gazebo type of thing so we can come out here and sit in the garden and the animals.
Yeah.
Okay, come on over here.
I don't know if we'll get to that this year, maybe next year, maybe in the fall.
We've only been here 8 months.
Yeah, 10 months.
Huh?
10 months.
Hey, why are you drinking my Red Bull? You had coffee.
Sorry, you handed it to me.
Coffee. Okay. These are all perennials. I planted a bunch of sunflowers in here too. These sunflowers have been pollinators.
I mean, sunflowers everywhere, huh?
Yeah, I love them. So these are all paradovic right here, the whole line. So these are some squash that I planted. These right here I've been succession planting. These are corn. They're starting to come in. Which, as soon as they get a bit taller, I'll start pulling them and spacing them out. Some crookneck squash. So right here I have corn as well, and I'm gonna plant some peppers. I have some hot peppers I'm gonna plant here. I have like sweet cherry peppers, and some more. They're actually right here. I have these too, but I don't think they're gonna grow. These are actually Fahrenheit blue tomatoes. Those are blue tomatoes, but I don't know how good they're gonna do here, and they look kind of small, so I don't know. I just have a ton of seeds.
What's over there? What's that? Those big ones.
What, these?
Yeah, those peppers.
Those are all peppers. Those are peppers along the whole thing. So step on the black. So these are peppers, this is peppers, this is peppers. They're peppers all along here, and those are 2 jalapenos. In here, these are strawberries, some more strawberry patches. These are, again, strawberries. I have some everbearing, and I also have strawberries strawberries usually will come back every year. And they will throw runners, so they will just like take over this whole area, so I gotta watch them. But strawberries are very good. I have lettuce coming in here, right in this area. This is oregano. Again, I interplant in my crops because it's companion planting.
Tell us about companion planting.
Companion planting actually will help with the pests. So sometimes you plant 2 different plants that one will deter certain a certain insect that will attack the plant that you're planting it with, so it won't attack that plant, and then the other one will help with the other plant. Do you follow me?
Yep.
Still kind of learning about all this, so I'm not
Okay.
professional.
And you do flowers with plants?
Yeah, I do a lot of marigolds. I do nasturtiums
And why is that?
because it helps with
Sure.
pollination and it helps with just companion planting. It helps with insects.
To help with the pests?
Yeah.
So certain flowers deter some insects, which protects the vegetable plant.
Yes. So in here I have rhubarb. So this is rhubarb. And these ones next to it are eggplants. These are eggplants because those are really good companion plants. A lot of them have the same kind of growing environment too, like the same type of soil being required, the same water, things like that. So I have in here planted, and they look wilty right now, but they perk up later on after the sun. But we're gonna get a thunderstorm today. Anywho, I plant a lot of beans, squash, and corn together because those are called the three sisters. But later I'm going to plant my peppers in here too because I just read that peppers are really good with the corn too. So I'm going to put the peppers that are right there in here later. Then down here I have my, I need to weed some of that. I have celery. Down there I have some Brussels sprouts. These are cauliflower. I'm actually gonna put, these are broccoli right here. This will be all my tomato starts I started. So I have a variety.
So you grew all these?
Yes.
Oh,
They're
all from
going
seeds.
in. I gotta come out here today and plant
Yeah, they gotta go in.
I gotta plant these today. Mr. Leone, you can help me, right?
A lot of tomatoes. Yeah, after I get back from the store.
So I plant a lot of tomatoes because not we, but we're Italian, and we eat. I'm gonna make some homemade barbecue sauce, ketchup. I'm gonna make homemade sauce, crushed tomatoes, tomato paste. So I have a certain kind of tomatoes that I grow, and they are called Marzanos. I grow, like, some of these I grow large cherry tomatoes, and I grow two different kinds. I grow the yellow kind and the red kind, because to be honest with you, when you're in the garden and you're hungry, they're just really nice to just like pop in your mouth. I love them. And then,
And what about the Marzano tomatoes?
Marzano tomatoes are like great for like a sauce tomato. They're a really good sauce tomato, and so are the Romas, which I do Romas.
Roma. So when you buy tomato sauce, like crushed tomatoes in the store, is it Marzano or Roma or both?
I don't know.
Okay.
Sometimes, well, I buy a lot of the Cento, and the Cento sauces, the Cento straight from Italy.
Comes in the
those are
yellow
all
can,
Marzanos.
Marzano.
Yeah. So the thing with that is,
And any Italian worth their salt knows that the Cento is the way to go, right?
the Cento is the way to go. Even the Cento, which that's why we have peppers, that leads to peppers. We love peppers because I not pickle, but
They're pickled, I guess. I try to describe them to people, and they say, "Oh, you mean pickled peppers?" No, they're vinegar peppers.
the
They're
vinegar
not pickled
peppers. We do vinegar peppers, pork chops, and vinegar peppers.
They're basically pickled only a really, really, really strong vinegar taste.
So it's like garlic, oregano, but I'm gonna do everything all fresh. I didn't grow garlic this year because I'm still learning how to grow that. I should have, but I might grow it in the fall time. So I got Marzanos, Romas, and I have a couple beefsteak down there just for like burgers and stuff. Oh no! We gotta get these in. It busted. This one came off.
Uh-oh.
It broke. This is a super sweet cherry too. Dang. So super sweet cherries, there's different kinds of tomatoes. You can have determinate and indeterminate. Indeterminate tomatoes, I might have them backwards, but indeterminate tomatoes grow and they will continue to produce. Determinate tomatoes will have one big production and then stop growing. I might have them reversed, I can't remember. But I also am a huge pruner on my tomato plants. So I usually, like for example, this is called a sucker, right here. This is a sucker. So I usually will pinch those and pull them off because it just helps put more energy towards the rest of the fruit and the plant. If I continue to grow those suckers out, I don't do that on both plants. I don't think I do it on determinate. I just do it on indeterminate. Or reverse. I can't remember right now. because I'm on everything else, my cucumbers and everything. I'm not on my tomatoes yet. I have to plant these and then research some more. But if you leave these there, they'll start growing out new things like this. Like, see how this one right here is in the middle? Do you see that?
Yep.
You kind of, only because I know that the cherry tomatoes, I could do that too, because I know that they're going to get real bushy and they get real big and they're prolific. Is that the right word?
Prolific.
Prolific producers. They'll grow a ton of cherry tomatoes. So that's that. And then what I'm really proud about this year that I've never done before, which I will show you. Baby, you got to come out here and help me with this today. You're drying out. Is, which I'm so excited, because I'm going to put some pepper here too. For the first time ever, I am growing asparagus. So this whole bed right here is asparagus. And come here, right here. Of course, I'm not going to harvest them this year. This one, and then I have one right there. But I have them between all the, on the outside here, there's a ton of asparagus.
Now, the asparagus will come back each year?
Yes. So this I call, other than putting the eggplant in and the peppers, this is my perennial bed. So these, my rhubarb, my asparagus, and my strawberries will come back every year. Whatever I intercrop with them, most likely is not going to come back next year. Like the peppers are not going to come back. You know.
How long before you can harvest the asparagus?
You know, I'm kind of still learning about that, because I found out that, like, I planted asparagus crowns. I didn't plant plants. So the crowns I may be able to harvest next year, but I'm going to grow them and let them go to seed. So they'll get tall and they'll get like bushy plants. Not bushy, but like kind of like, they look kind of like dill. So I'm going to let them grow this year, but nobody in my family likes asparagus anyways. I like asparagus. So I have 3 different kinds of asparagus growing. This is my Mary Washington patch of asparagus. And then this will be my purple passion. So this is purple asparagus in here. And then over there will be my, this one over here, which I planted, is my Jersey Giant asparagus. So this would be big. I already have another one growing there. So every 2 weeks I come in here and I put more dirt on top of it and cover it, so it helps the stalks get thick and the roots get good.
Okay. So that's why it's not all filled in?
Yeah. So I did 2 different kinds of growth this year. Those over there that I just showed you, I planted the crowns and let them grow and just covered them all the way up, because I was like, I'm just going to cover them up. These, I've been filling it every 2 weeks, and these grew faster than those did. So I just like to test different ways to do different things. So, but yeah, and over here, I'm going to make this today, is going to actually be my watermelon and cantaloupe. I had to find some varieties for that to grow them because they're short season, but I did, so let's hope they do. Sugar babies are very small watermelons. You get a big one the first time because I've grown them before, and then the other ones, subsequent ones, are a little bit smaller, but we have a big family, so I have like, I think 8 plants I'm going to plant in here. Out here, again, I have a trellis in the back of my truck right now, a cattle panel I'm going to run and plant my spaghetti squash, my acorn squash, and some of my squashes to have them grow. And some of my zucchinis and squashes here I will grow vertically. So I'll stick a stake in them very soon here so I don't ruin the roots. And then I will tie them to the stake and I will grow my squash and my zucchini vertically. So it just sticks a space saver.
Takes up less space in the ground.
Yeah, and they're not sitting on the ground and more like, because I've never ever, this is my first time ever growing in the ground. I've always had like, not raised beds, or I've had container planting. So it's not as easy as people think it is. There's a lot of weeding to do, but I'm just gonna let some grass grow some places, and it's gonna be what it is. Like in here, I'm not gonna go crazy. I'm just gonna cut up some areas and plant my plants and let them go. Okay, so down here, I'll take you to the other berry patch, which this is new, and I don't know how good this is gonna do, but this, I weed eated it yesterday. This is a, in here, it's not doing very good. I don't know if that one's gonna grow. That is a plant that they have out here, and what was the berry I said?
Elderberry?
Elderberry or something, an elderberry I think, or something like that. I don't remember. Oh look, mushrooms. That means you got good soil.
Yeah.
This is a blueberry. Blueberry. These are thornless blackberries. These are a couple other blackberries, and I don't know. These didn't go very good. These aren't growing yet, but they may grow next year, so I'm just gonna kind of leave them in the ground. Those were new. And all of these right here are raspberries, which I love that I'm getting some volunteers coming out here. They're like moving over. Volunteers are plants that come back the next year that you didn't plant.
They
just
start
kinda pop
spreading.
up. Yeah, they spread out.
And seeds dropping.
Yeah, but see, here's another one right here.
Well, sounds like you got a full summer ahead of you.
Yeah.
It's a pretty big garden.
It's very big.
So we have the whole garden area, the 8-foot high fence, which is to keep the deer out, is about 100 and, if I remember correctly, 115 feet by 50 feet. And so that's the garden area, but we gave up some to the chickens because she wanted the chickens in here.
Painted. Well, you have to see us.
Eventually, yeah, eventually all the coops will be painted and all that. So it's all a work in progress. It's coming along.
Transition.
Yeah, this was all just a dirt patch a month or so ago. About a month and a half ago. We put the fence up. I mean, nothing was here. So there was absolutely nothing here. 2 months ago, there was nothing here but dirt. So we've come a long way.
And
a lot of work.
I feel better. I'm able to be outside.
Yeah,
So now I'm starting to do all my paths, and I'm just doing some landscape designing. And hopefully it'll all come together.
Yeah, we're getting there.
I can't wait for like another month or two, where I'm looking at everything and I'm like, oh my gosh, it looks so beautiful in here. I hope, fingers crossed, that I'm doing the right thing. I did pretty good with the boxes up there to start with. So let's just hope.
All right.
Because I got to get to work. I have a lot to do.
Well, we'll video some more when the crops start coming in. Sign off.
Thanks for watching our 5-acre farm, and I hope you can click and subscribe because we need viewers. We have a lot of money to pay out on these animals, and I like to garden, so help us out.
We're far away from getting monetized.
Yeah.